for victory. Now, just out of curiosity, by a show of hands, how many people assumed or expected I'd do this talk standing up? All right. I was just wondering. It's amazing to me, and continues to be amazing to me, how many times we assume and we expect that life will show up for us in a certain way. That certain human beings will respond to us in a certain way. That if we work hard enough, that the right doors will open. If we take care of our earth suit, and we eat the right foods, if we exercise, if we train ourselves, then our bodies won't betray us. Any time in life, we have an expectation or assumption that life should show up for us a certain way. We truly render ourselves extremely vulnerable to rising and falling depending on what's happening outside of us. I assumed, since I was at the top of my physical game at that time, that my body would remain strong. And yet, because my emotional state was in such turmoil as a result of going through the divorce that I didn't believe in, my body was slowly dying. So in less than a 2-year period of time, and this realization actually came to me when I was standing in the shower. I was completely bald and breastless, and I had tubes coming out of my side. As with a mastectomy, it's truly an amputation of a part of your body. So you have extra fluid within your body. And so I remember staring at my body and not physically recognizing my earth suit. And then when the eyebrows and the eyelashes go, then you really look like Casper the Ghost. And from the waist up, you can't tell, is she a woman or is she a man? And so it's a wild invitation to remember what you are and what you're not. I grew up in Long Island, and I was born with a full head of hair. And I remember seeing myself without the hair for the first time and realized, wow, I didn't realize how attached I was to my hair. And then when the breasts were gone, I didn't even realize how attached I was to being able to fill out a shirt. And so the true training, when I stood and I observed myself, I said, dear God, this is what makes my teaching truly authentic. The greatest teachers in this world are those who teach from the trenches, are those who can look you in the eye and guide you back to yourself as connected to God, rather than the need to save you or rescue you. They remind you of pieces of information that perhaps you forgot along the journey, that once resurrected to the front lines of your conscious mind, expand your ability to remember your worth, your value, and your God-given capability to be able to walk through the deep waters and the fires of life. And so I said, thank you, God, for my PhD in suffering. Because now I will be able to love humanity from such a place of authenticity. After going through acute physical pain, emotional pain, spiritual questioning, and be able to emerge through the dark night of the soul on the other side, and now be in a position to put my hand in and say, yes, you too can do this. Whatever this is, you can do this. And it's only when we forget, because we farm out our identity because of the drug of approval and the antics we play around the need to be seen, acknowledged, recognized, approved of, in order to love and accept ourselves and feel capable and confident to handle whatever challenge it is that we walk into without that attachment. I need you to approve me to know I'm okay. I invite you to go back in your castle today, to truly go back in the castle, pull up that drawbridge, and take back your ability to remember who you are is connected to God and what is possible for you. And I teach you this from the trenches in less than a 2-year period of time. My Earth School class I perhaps signed up for in order to be able to be authentic with the work that I'm called to do in this world. I went through a double mastectomy, a divorce, 16 chemos, an additional year of chemo because of the extensiveness of the cancer, and it had spread to other portions of my body. And then 14 surgeries. I had an orange size open wound. Nobody knew this, but it was a physical open wound that I had to change the gauzes several times a day for a full year because my combination of the 6 weeks of radiation and the chemo burnt my front part of my chest. So with 14 surgeries, they had to graft my back onto my front. So my big joke these days is I don't know if I'm coming or going most days. My back's on my front. Should I go? I don't know. Back up. You should go. Stop. Go. Stop. So my back is literally on my front. It's pretty humorous when I catch a glimpse of myself in the mirror. Wow, there it is. The back's on the front. So I share this with you not from a sense of victimization at all. This is just simply an invitation. People can remember 1 to 3 pieces of information. So if there's one piece of information that you walk with, I encourage you to think about it 10 minutes before you fall asleep. The way the subconscious mind works is whatever you think about 10 minutes before you fall asleep. Be very intentional because it drops into the subconscious mind, starts to gather and hunt information to back up whatever it is that your focus is before 10 minutes falling asleep. And you will see twice as much of that the next day. So be very, very conscious before you fall asleep. There are 4 questions